All right.
Hello, people.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Me and Trey are here for another video. We're gonna be reviewing, Batman Begins, the beginning part of the Christopher Nolan trilogy of Batman. This Before we get into the review, this movie is my personal favorite of any Batman movie, if any.
It's up there. Like, I mean, obviously, if you count BVS the Batman movie, it might be that one. But this one, as if we're just talking just solo Batman, no other characters, it's this one.
Yes.
Because it was a perfect origin story. I put this up there with like the first Spider-Man, Superman 78 in terms of like origin stories, like the perfect origin superhero film.
Yeah. I love all this. I love everything about this movie. Sorry, Trey, go ahead.
And he, like, let's keep it real. This is how we got here. Batman and Robin flopped, and that unfortunately damaged the DC brand for years. That was one of the reasons why Marvel in the late 90s going into the 2000s was able to come in and kind of take over for a while, and DC was more focused on TV. So this was like their first thing back in terms of movies in almost 10 years.
Yeah.
At the time.
After that god-awful Batman.
Let's kick
yeah, dude.
I mean, I have fun watching that movie, but at the time I can kind of get why Warner Brothers was embarrassed, right?
Yeah.
There was a reason, like even with the first Blade movie, it didn't really market itself as a superhero film because that was like a year later. Because Batman and Robin kind of stained superhero movies, if you think about it for a bit. It stained DC.
Yeah.
To the point they ran scared for 10 years almost. So now we get this, and we're back to form now. Christopher Nolan was able to kind of rebuild Batman as a character, at least film-wise.
Yeah, dude. Like, I love, real quick before we get into the movie, I love how there's horror elements in this movie. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
We're going to talk about it later, but that Scarecrow scene where Batman's face like goes demon, that shit is so, and it looks good still.
Yes.
Like visually, guys, this film looks great. I actually think it's the best of the Nolan trilogy in terms of visuals. I think it's the best looking Gotham of the trilogy because it was almost like a mix of like that Burn, that Gotham, but they were able to make it grounded. And then I kind of hated that in the later films, which I think we probably will eventually go through all the Nolan trilogy, right?
Yes. We will eventually get there.
So we'll eventually get through all of them. You notice Gotham starting to just look like normal city. So I like that Gotham in this actually looks kind of stylized, but grounded at the same time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, Trey. So let's get into it. Sorry. Let's get into the plot and let's get into all of this stuff regarding Batman.
So the movie starts, you basically meet young Bruce. You kind of get his life pre his parents dying, basically. And you kind of get the setup to him going to that unfortunate play, which we then get the setup. And I know I'm rushing to the death, but that's kind of really what the start of the movie is, basically. Is going through the death. And I thought the death was well done here in this film. Because I do like they try to give the Waynes some characteristics before they die. They're not just there to die, right? You know?
Yeah.
So I thought the death was done well here. Joe Chill, iconic scene. Shoots both of his parents. And then we get our first shot of Gary Oldman as Gordon. Because we get him comforting Bruce in the kind of the very next scene, basically.
Yeah, dude. Real quick about Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is the best Commissioner Gordon live action. Dude.
Oh yeah, bar none. It's him. Then maybe J.K. Simmons. I'm sorry, the guy from the '89 film is not Gordon. He's a random detective. They just slapped the name Jim Gordon on him.
Yes, exactly. But let's continue with this.
But yeah, this scene is great. Like, you get his characteristics very quick as he comforts young Bruce, obviously, because you know who Bruce becomes later on, right? So you get that relationship. And then we kind of do a time jump where he's older. I kind of like this style because we don't really need to see his stuff as a kid all the way through.
Yeah, it was nice.
Outside of the bat scene, I think that's about the only other sequence you get of him as a kid. Basically, is the bat sequence, which is done great in this. You actually you feel like you're the kid falling into the well or the cave.
Yeah, dude.
You actually understand. I thought that kid did a good job of portraying the fear of it when the bats all kind of start to swarm.
Yeah. Like, I love that scene too. And also, I like the scene, you know, obviously, like, how can I say this not being stupid here? I like the scene where he's like, his dad's telling him, don't be afraid, when his dad's about to pass on to the afterlife. And I like that part where he's like, don't be afraid. But
yeah,
I don't think Bruce is ever afraid of everything, but he was scared of the bats. And that's why I think it's great that
they really portrayed that. They really portrayed that. I thought this and BVS are probably the two best examples of like when he was a kid, he falls into the cave.
Yeah.
I like that you give it some style. I wish 89 we got to see that part, but I get why they didn't do it, but you know.
Yeah. And I like how we first get introduced to Liam Neeson's character, aka Ra's al Ghul.
Because Bruce is in a different part of the world. So we jump, because we're in a time jump now. We're like 14 years later. And he's in, I don't remember what the country is. It's Bhutan. He's in Bhutan prison. Because we get a first lick of him fighting, because remember, he fights in the prison. Which I actually like this scene. You get a little bit of a showcase of his skills, but he still like takes some bumps because he's not full on Batman yet, right? So he's gonna take some damage in these fights.
Right.
He gets better later on, but this is where we do meet Ra. I'll just spoil it. We all know he's Ra's al Ghul, so I'm just gonna call him Ra's. I thought Liam Neeson really quick did a good job as Ra's.
Oh yeah.
The only thing I wish we didn't do the whole reveal thing. I wish he was just Ra's from the jump. Honestly.
And also too, it's like, I know he's not comic book accurate, but I mean,
he did the part well.
Good, man.
I remember for a while because I saw his looking like he could have played a good Deathstroke too, to be honest.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. Oh boy,
because he's great in this film. Because for a while he's like Bruce's Miyagi in a weird way.
Yeah.
Because I'm basically going to jump ahead a little bit to where we get the training.
Yeah.
And I thought the training scenes are really well done. Like the iconic scene where they're fighting on the ice is really good. While Ra's is giving him advice, which he does obviously going to take into heart when he becomes Batman. Because this is where we start getting introduced to like the League of Shadows and all this stuff. I thought that whole section is great of the movie.
Oh yeah.
And I like they don't spend too long on it because he goes back to Gotham pretty quick. But you get enough of it though where it fills enough airtime, but it's not like they don't drag it. Right.
Yeah.
Like some origin stories where you're like, can we just get to him being Batman? I never felt like that watching this movie.
No, it's not one of those movies like, okay, can we hurry up? Like you said, it's a genuine like, okay, I'm interested to see how he becomes said Batman, how he becomes the Dark Knight, right? It's really cool, man. Nolan did a great job showing that and showcasing that. It was great.
Progression. And Ra's giving, because well, obviously later on he becomes the bad guy, but he does give Bruce good advice that he takes on, obviously, even later in the trilogy. Like, he takes his advice, even though he's a villain. Well, he's not a villain at the moment, but you know what I mean. Because Ra's does give him good advice, even though he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
He does actually give him good advice.
Yeah, he does. He does.
And then we get the iconic ninja scene where, he has to fight Ra's basically and find him through all the like ninjas. I love that scene.
Oh yeah,
that whole sequence is well done. I actually love the design of Bhutan. I really love how they did that whole set. But then he ends up fighting Ra's for a bit. He beats him, but Ra's wants Bruce to get that killer instinct, basically.
Yeah.
He wants him to be like, you got to kill these criminals, but Bruce starting to realize we juxtaposition this with because I do like how this movie handles time because we do get a quick shot of him earlier getting back to Gotham. And
Oh yeah. For the
when he
trial.
wants to for the trial, and he wants to kill Joel Chill, and this is where we get our first scene of Rachel, the better Rachel, with
Yeah.
Katie Holmes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and she realizes he brings a gun to the trial, but he doesn't end up using it.
Yeah. That was an interesting scene. Like, and plus too, like when he's like he's had the firearm in his hand, and he was going to do it. They acquitted him of what do they do?
They like quit mental institution. I think they did
yeah, they got him to Arkham. Yeah, they got him to Arkham. It's like, oh, he was not mentally prepared or whatever. Like, he's not mentally there to stand trial for what he did. Blah blah. So he got him off, and all of a sudden, like he's walking through the courthouse, and someone from Victor Falcone's people deleted him.
Ends up killing him or deleting him. I'll just use that word, like you said, himself. So he sees it, and I think because that ties into the moment we're going to get back to in Bhutan.
Yeah.
Because Rachel, he gets in the car with Rachel, and she sees his gun, and she's very disappointed in him.
Yeah.
She's very disappointed in him. And he also has a meeting with Falcone, whatever you want to call him, who, if you recognize the actor, R.I.P., he died recently, but he was in Rush Hour. He's in a couple other movies. But I thought he did good here. And actually, it's kind of crazy to see his accent in this movie, and then you see him in Rush Hour with his, like, proper British accent, and then you see him in this movie. He has this, like, mobster accent.
Yeah, dude.
It is very kind of jarring. And he has his meeting with Falcone. And Falcone basically just shits on Bruce. He's like, I can get away with it. I can do what I want, basically. And this is how he kind of tells them in a way how the city works. It will chew you up and spit you out. And he kind of got a glimpse of that.
Like he told Bruce that I run this place. No one else does. I run Gotham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He really nails it as Falcone. It is kind of crazy once again. I know I'm mentioning it. It's the accent. Considering like his accent at Rush Hour. He has his normal British accent. They didn't see him in this movie. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But now back to Bhutan. Bruce doesn't want to kill because I think he sort of remembers Rachel's words in a way. You know?
Yeah.
That you got to do things the right way. This is the glimpse of the no killing rule with Batman. And he starts, this is where basically we get the destruction of the building. They make you think Raish is dead and all this stuff. He sets it on fire. The only problem, I like this movie, but it is a little hypocritical. He sets the whole building on fire and a bunch of people die.
Yeah, trying to think the building you're talking about.
When this is like when he's starting to get back to Gotham. Before that, like when we're back to the whole when he fights Raish and he doesn't want to kill. But then
that scene. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I was trying to think of what. Okay, yeah, I know you're talking about now. Yeah, it is what it is on that part. Like I get the stance of Batman's point of view right there with Raish, but yeah, it is what it is. Like,
and then we get a little final face off between the two until they face off later.
Yeah,
which I thought was well done. And you know, they make you think, oh, Raish is dead, he's gone, he's out of the movie, right? And then now we could talk about Michael Caine's Alfred, because this is who we first meet when Bruce gets back to Gotham officially. Michael Caine as Alfred is one of the best Alfreds. Him and Jeremy Irons are my top two. But I actually think up until Andy Serkis, we've had a bunch of good Alfreds.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
It's just he's so good in this, Michael Caine. And you even get a little bit of that earlier when he's like talking to young Bruce.
Master Wayne. Master Bruce.
Yeah, dude, it's just so iconic when he says Master Wayne. It's so iconic.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
He's like one of the best parts of these movies is Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Just his discussions with Bruce, his back and forth with him.
Yeah, no doubt.
The only one that rivals it is probably Jeremy Irons to me. But yeah, his dynamic with Bruce is probably the best, though. If I had to be objective. Like, he really nails it. So now Bruce is back in Gotham, and he basically has to try to rebuild here. It's like the rebuilding stages because he's been in a Wayans for so long. We get a scene of him in Wayne Enterprises. This is where we get Rector Howard, he's a good asshole kind of businessman in this movie.
Oh, dickhead, bro, dickhead.
Yeah, really good dickhead. I do love Bruce's introduction because he calls in like his assistant or something, but she's not coming, and then he walks in and then he just sees her hooking up with Bruce.
Yeah, dude.
And Christian Bale as the playboy Bruce Wayne, my God, he nails it, dude. Even in that scene, he nails it.
Yeah, dude.
He really carries the role. And then we basically get him building the Batcave.
Yeah, and plus we get introduced to Lucius Fox.
Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman, he's another great part of these movies.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's in the third one though, but
he's in the third one. Yeah, he's in all three movies.
Okay, he's in all three. Yeah. He's one of the great parts because this is where we start. It's kind of simultaneous. We get Bruce's tech and his suit stuff, but he's also building the Batcave kind of at the same time.
Yeah.
And we get his first outing. He doesn't have the full suit. We get a shot of him in the costume, but he doesn't have the mask yet.
Yep.
And then this is where he gets that moment. Yeah, I'm gonna use bats, and that's when we get Batman. And basically, this is where we get our first full-on Batman scene, and it is great. The first introduction of Batman is done well.
Oh yeah, dude. Him coming up with the way he introduced himself to Falcone's henchmen and crew, it's so horror-esque and it's so done well, man. Oh my God, it's so great.
Even the way he fights, he's like grabbing people through his cape almost.
Yeah.
Like a bat.
Yep.
Who are you? I'm Batman. And then when he confronts Falcone himself.
Yeah, dude, like when he confronts Falcone, dude, what the hell are you? I'm Batman. Just takes him up from the sunroof of the car and just knocks him out.
And it's like Falcone's comeuppance for what, because obviously we know it's Bruce. So for what he did earlier, so now Falcone actually feels fear. He's like, oh, I've never been in this position before.
No,
where I'm the one having the fear now.
I'm the one getting my shit kicked in.
Yeah, right. You're like, this is what it feels like to get my shit kicked.
Oh man!
And then we also get the iconic "Swear to me."
Swear to me. I don't know.
Swear to God. Drugs going.
Swear to me.
I think that Christopher Nolan did a good job of making people fear Batman in this movie. Like of the three, he is probably the scariest in this one.
Yes.
Like he really showed that. And he starts talking with he also saves Katie Holmes because Falcone has people try to get her and Batman takes them out.
Yeah.
So this is our first introduction of Batman. Also simultaneously it's where we meet Crane, Jonathan Crane, who's also Scarecrow, who
Cillian Murphy.
I love this Cillian Murphy, who I love this movie. I do think this is the one thing Nolan did wrong. I feel like he was wasted in this film. Yeah. He was literally just the red herring so we can get Raish in the end.
He was definitely wasted in this movie, and I also feel we haven't reviewed it, but I also feel he was kind of wasted in the
sequel. Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Oh, and Batman Begins in Dark Knight because he's in Dark Knight. And considering where he is now as an actor, it's like you had him, but you didn't do much with him.
Yeah.
I know I'm jumping ahead, but you only got one moment where he kind of was scary as Scarecrow. And then you get the demon bat scene, and then it's like, oh, Scarecrow's not that scary anymore.
Yeah, and plus, I know it's the later movie, but I thought it was kind of weird how he was the judge in the last movie. But that's
in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, but yeah, it's like they didn't do much with him, man. It's like because he's such a good actor, and it's like where he's at now, and then you just see what he's done in these movies, really. It's like it doesn't compute.
No, not at all.
But we find out he's working with Falcone because Falcone is financing his fear gas operation, as we find out later on.
Yeah.
So, and basically we get Scarecrow reveal with Falcone, which I thought that was a good scene, where we get the reveal of him as Scarecrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Because he gives him the fear toxin, which I here's the thing. I wish we got more of that, because that scene and then like the later on scene is like the only two scenes where I felt like he was him as Scarecrow. But then it's like the rest of the movie, he's not that anymore. He's not a threat. He's just there.
Yeah. He's just a character.
And then Rachel confronts him, if you remember. Rachel confronts him because she finds out what he's doing. And this is where Batman saves her, right?
Yeah.
And this is where we also get Batman kind of his first, like, you want to say his first loss, basically.
Yeah.
His first loss, because he basically gets infected with the fear toxin, and Scarecrow is able to basically injure him. If he sets him on fire, right?
Yeah, he poured gasoline on him and got the flame, got the match, and yeah.
Yeah, which I really do think that was the only other time he felt like a threat, and then it kind of gets undercut not long after this.
Yeah, I thought it was a great scene, but I always had I had like one issue with that scene. That's all.
Yeah.
When he's able to leave, like get away, but somehow he was on top of a roof and he was calling for Alfred, and I'm like, how did Alfred get him off the roof?
Alfred, apparently Lucius helps him too, but I'm like, how?
Yeah, I know that he came up with the serum, like to counteract the stuff, the Scarecrow shit, but
the fear toxin.
Yeah. I never understood how he got him off the roof. I'm like, there's no way Alfred climbed that roof and got him off. There's just no way.
This isn't like BVS where like every one of his vehicles is automated, right?
Yeah.
Like Alfred can like remote control the vehicle.
Yeah.
This isn't that. Like, this is bare bones Batman for the most part. Yeah, it's weird. I agree with you. It's weird.
Yeah. I never got that part. But anyways, let's continue.
So we jump ahead. I guess a day later, he wakes up and
2 days later. 2 days later.
Or 2 days later.
Yeah.
And he basically talks to Alfred. And this is where he confronts Train again not long after this, and this is where we get the demon bat scene, which is good. But it is like, this should have been a little later in the movie, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Because it felt like we just had to beat Batman, and now Batman's getting his win back.
Yeah.
It feels like Hogan's got a pose, brother.
Yeah, for real.
It does feel a little bit like that. Great scene, though. That demon bat scene is great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do.
And this is where Batman reveals his identity, and Batman lets Gordon use the Batmobile, which is the Tumbler, which is a good Batmobile. I like the idea of it. If it's gonna be realistic, it would be something like this.
Yeah.
And basically, I think we're in the third act now, basically. Where we find, we're at the party scene where Raish reveals himself as the villain.
Yeah, I liked how the woman's like, hey, what's your name again? Ra's al Ghul, and it's like Bale's like, huh? And there he is, and it's Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it's Liam Neeson, because they made you think it was that other dude for a while.
The Asian gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, they made you think. He did look like Rage, though. More like a comic.
He did.
You know, that's whatever. Because Liam's performance in this scene, especially the way he just calmly talks to Bruce, like, I got the fear toxin, basically going to go through the city, going through the sewers and the water system.
Yep.
It's like, and Bruce has to just sit there, and then he has to try to get everybody out.
Yeah.
And then Raish's people set the building ablaze.
Yeah, to Wayne Manor. Yeah.
Yeah. But Alfred manages to save him. And basically, Raish sets the Gotham monorail to release the drug, and also in the water system. And Bruce has to stop it. And Gordon uses the tumbler to destroy the train track. And then this is where we basically get the final confrontation with Bruce and Raish here. This sequence goes pretty fast here.
Yeah, it does.
At this point. So now I do like this scene where they have the final confrontation.
Yeah, on the train, it's really good. I'll let you get into it, Trey. But when we the part I'm talking about, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is this. I like the part where he's like, you know, are you going to kill me, Bruce?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you either. And
yeah.
He ejects from the train.
Yeah, that always kind of bothers me because I'm like, Bruce, you killed him. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
I also do like when we get the sequence where the fear gas is being released, people's tripping out. I thought they did that well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the fight was good for what it was. And then we get that line. And he ejects, and he basically in the end he talks with Rachel for a second, and then he meets with Gordon at the bat signal, and we get a Joker card.
Yeah.
Which
that was
sets up.
Yeah.
I did like that. So basically meaning they've been wanting to set up Jokers since the beginning.
Yeah, dude. When I saw that as a kid, I'm like, ooh, we're getting Joker. Cool.
Yeah, same here. I knew it was the Joker. I'm like, ooh, we're getting the Joker. Okay.
But again, I like this movie, man. This is one of my favorite Batman movies to watch. I think it's awesome.
It's great. It revitalized the brand. It did everything it was supposed to do, and it's just a good movie.
Yeah, dude. I enjoy this movie a lot. If I was gonna give this a rating, I give this a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Well, what do you give a rating, Trey?
I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. This is almost a 10 out of 10. Great origin, has everything right. There's little things I don't like, but it's still a great film all around.
Yeah.
It's one to watch all the time. It's great.
Yeah, dude. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. Like I said, it's not comic book accurate, but it's still good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much all we've got today. So, Trey, do you have anything to promote before we get out of here?
We'll figure out what we're gonna review next week. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share if you like the content here. Greatly appreciate it.
And join Pin Down.
Yes, Pin Down. Pin Down
Wednesday.
Podcast. If you're on, link is in the description. So thank you very much. Take care, everybody.
Peace.